Yeah, when this first all came up, I heard that Riddle was not, they edited him out the show, but apparently not, so they must
Yeah.
know something that we don't.
Yeah, exactly, bruh. If not, well, fuck. Alright, let me get this link. God, bruh.
So while he's driving, that's so ridiculous.
Slur. There's a lot of holes. Too many.
So I don't know if you dig it, but
Mm-hmm.
tonight, his first, like, nickname on SmackDown, did you hear what it was?
Oh yeah, it was like the
The
bro that
bro
runs
that
the show.
runs the show.
I kinda
Listen, man,
dig it.
I dig that. I dig
I
that a
kinda dig
lot.
that. I like it. It's better than the fucking King of... I mean, not the King of Bros, the original bro.
Original bro.
It's like the only NXT nickname I fucking hated. Yeah, fuck
It
that.
kind of grew on me, but at the same time, it's like it just doesn't roll off the tongue well.
It does not.
And it doesn't make any sense, like, the original bro. Like, what?
Like, what? Like, RVD existed, bro. Paste and tweet. Alrighty. Screen.
Fuck, I keep going to hit the home button.
Oh god.
But there's no fucking home button.
Fuck that shit, bro. They really
Yeah,
did not need to remove that.
this phone is dope, though.
No,
This
I
phone is
bet.
dope, bro. It's such a bigger screen. It feels like
Oh yeah.
the big show.
Oh my god. I wish. Fuck.
Okay.
Alright, got all my shit out there. Let me. Let me just pull up that shit. Boom, boom. Oh, you bitch. Alright, got the chat up so far. I'm the only one here.
Name.
Fuck. I wonder if they sell any Big Show shirts.
On WWE shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they have the one that says "Show Big Strength" and it's got like the blue fist.
I definitely need to get that, bro. I'm looking for a Big Show shirt for like ever.
Bro, that fucking rest in peace my wallet whenever we make it over the fucking PWTs. There's so many shirts I want to get, bro. That's why I wish there was a place to get like or that's what, you know what, that's why I wish like these wrestlers were able to like make their own designs, because like some of these ones WWE gives them. I'm hoping the first Matt Riddle main roster shirt is fucking good, because I've been waiting to get a Matt Riddle shirt forever.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully his fucking main roster shirt will be good.
His NXT one was like okay, but like, eh.
Ain't nothing to actually buy.
Yeah, the one with the bro, or not the bro, the horse.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how I felt about that.
I swear, I was not digging it.
Okay. And there's pull chat. Okay. Alright. Alright, chat is pulled up. Alright. Okay, what is up, guys? We're back with the news edition of the podcast. We're back with the Notorious podcast, episode 11, part 2. Obviously, the regular watchers, you know, we do the news on Fridays, man, after SmackDown Live, and why do I keep calling it SmackDown Live? After Friday Night SmackDown, and, yeah, we're back with, another edition of the news podcast. We got a lot to talk about, including the BackLash review. So we got the news, we got the BackLash review, and, yeah. If you guys don't know who I am, if this is your first time watching, first of all, thank you for watching. And if you guys do not know who I am Johnny Mayhem. And, this is Sir K. What is going on, bro?
Oh, nothing, man. Just had an interview today for you know, the job, Home Depot. So, yeah, it went pretty good. Gotta call them tomorrow to let them know I know you. So yeah, went pretty good. How was your day?
It was good, man. I got my new iPhone 11. It's this thing is badass, man. It's like I don't know. I feel old because there's so much like new shit on it that I'm not familiar with. I've had a 6 or a 7 for basically my whole high school life, and now, man, fucking worked for it, man. Feels good. It feels good. I worked for it. And, yeah, just chilling, yeah, pretty much just, fixing up my room, tweaking it a little bit, here and there as we go, just fixing wires and drilling holes in tables and whatnot, so, yeah, man, so yeah, yeah, just cooling it, man, and enjoying my, break off work. This is the first time I got 2 days off, and I don't even know how long, so it's nice, man. Yeah, so, yeah, yeah, so I guess we could start off with the BackLash review, since that is the oldest thing to talk about. Obviously, BackLash is not a main pay-per-view, so we did not bring you guys a live review because there is just absolutely no point, and we were proven exactly right, because this show was, other than a pretty decent Orton and Edge match, it was completely pointless. Yeah, just to kick it off, so one of the changes that were implemented, when Paul Heyman was out of when Paul Heyman was out of power on Monday Night Raw, he one of the first changes that was implemented was Apollo and Andrade was moved to the pre-show. So if that is any indication on what Vince thinks of Apollo and where that reign is going to go, just let that be all you need to know. I I did not show, and Sir K was with me, so I'm pretty sure he didn't either. I'm pretty sure he didn't go back and watch this match. So, yeah, I don't know how it was, but yeah, Apollo defeated Andrade. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, good for Apollo, man. But definitely well deserved for this title reign, man. After fucking 5 years of being a jobber on the main roster, switching shows, jobbing straight 5 years, it's good to see him have some. And you genuinely looks good with the U.S. title. I hate that title. I think it is the most ugly piece of shit that has ever been invented. But he actually doesn't look bad. I actually enjoy him with that title, man. I would prefer him with a different design, but I don't mind it. And he's not a bad champion at all, man. But yeah, man, good for him. But just fuck, man, his reign is gonna end bad. Cause I mean, we all know Vince doesn't like him, or I mean, apparently he saw something in him again after 5 years. But I mean, he just saw someone old as fucking 2 months ago, and look at him now. So it's Vince McMahon. He changes his mind fucking so fast. So sadly, his reign will probably end by by someone. But fucking at this point, who knows? Who the fuck knows? Will beat him. But yeah, man. Good for him. But future's not gonna look bright with Heyman gone. So yeah, man. Same with Andrade, man. He's amazing talent, one of the best they have. Even dating Charlotte, still not enough to get pushed, man. So yeah, as much as I love these two guys, the future doesn't look bright for them. Sadly, I wish it would, but it just doesn't, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah, man. Obviously, neither of us watched the match, bro. But I think, I think them putting these guys on the pre-show is any indication, to the fact that Apollo could have been a great U.S. champ, but uh, they don't give a shit about that championship, and that even goes for the person who's holding it. They don't even give a shit about the person who's holding it unless you're Roman Reigns. But yeah, man, it's Apollo. Sadly, I think it's gonna come to an end, because just the fact that they just don't care about that championship, and they definitely don't care about who's holding it, and they definitely do not care about him. Um,
Mm,
I feel like Apollo was a Paul Heyman thing,
mm,
and I don't think that they care enough to follow up on that, especially because he did it, because it was a Paul Heyman vision, and yeah, I mean that role that Heyman was in is it literally is nothing but a point the finger role. Whenever you're in that kind of role, they just point the finger at you, and blame everything on you, and that's I'm happy that Heyman got out, but just for his sake, I'm sure it's a lot better. It's been a lot better on him mentally, but
mm,
it goes it sucks for the people that are like Apollo and that are like an Aleister Black and guys like that. We went over all that last week, but yeah, I mean it's sad for him. And as for Andrade, I just hope that they don't. I just hope that they don't split him up with Zelina Vega. I don't really care what they do with their little group, but I don't want them to split him up from Zelina Vega. And the group can split up, but Andrade needs to stay with Zelina Vega. But we got some news kind of on this faction and the people in it a little later, so we'll get on that a little later. But now on to matches that we did watch. To open the main show, we got Bayley and Sasha defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against the Iconics and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. What did you think?
The match itself wasn't really anything. It was just a generic main roster women's match. Usually just the 8 minutes of over exaggeration and just not much. I mean, again, what's their names? Sasha and Bailey. They're again doing their best to do good by all this, but I mean the match was great, man. But yeah, man. In the end, Sasha and Bailey did win. Thank God, and yeah, it looks like they might be giving them the tag team reign that they promised in when these titles were announced, man. So it looks good, and in the end, this is gonna. I think it's trying to clearly build to a Sasha and Bailey feud, so that would be very good if they actually went with it. Now that Heyman's gone, if we don't even get it at SummerSlam, bro. Oh my God, but yeah, man, I think it's still building up to the SummerSlam match, but Sasha and Bailey, they're going to NXT again. They're doing what they promised, so that's actually enjoying to see. Weirdly enough, but and Bailey, you said this before. Bailey looks great with both of those titles, man. Like, I loved Becky's reign. I loved Becky 2 belts, but I think the look looks better with Bailey with those 2 belts. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but I mean those titles are worthless as tag titles, but they genuinely look like good titles. So I enjoy the look, man. But yeah, man, the Iconics, they're the Iconics. Who cares? They suck.
Hmm.
They might get a title reign. Hopefully not. Heard they might break up. We discussed this. Hopefully not. And then there's Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, which I mean, feel bad for Nikki Cross, man, but yeah, I mean, they're kind of there at this point. So yeah, man, that's what I thought about this shit. Yeah, future's looking bright for Bayley and Sasha. That's all I could be happy for in this main roster's women division at this point, man. What do you think?
Yeah. You do mentioned about how they are going to get the reign that they were promised. But although that may be true, I just never forgive WWE for never giving us Bayley and Sasha versus the Sky Pirates. I'll never forgive them for that.
So
Dude, that man, it sucks. These they won't even get to face the Kabuki Warriors. Even though the name sucks, the two people in it are fantastic because these two women are being delegated to facing the Iconics. They are defending their championships on Monday, but on their show, they're in an active feud with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So it is complete garbage that um, they have to be delegated to these teams. But to be honest, what other teams do you have in WWE? Which is why it's so pointless to be bringing these championships in the first place. It was completely pointless to make them, especially because if you're gonna break up the Iconics, which the Iconics are annoying, don't get me wrong, but don't make me or anybody have to watch a solo Billy Kay or a solo Peyton
oh,
Royce,
we should
especially
have done
when
separate shows.
especially when uh what is it? Especially when you don't have any teams as it is. You just broke up Fire and Desire. Okay, that's Sonya's doing great, even though we got some kind of news on her little group. Um, and um, so that's one thing, right? You basically broken up the Asuka and Kairi Sane, and literally, what do you have? You know what I mean? You don't have
Mm-hmm.
shit. Pretty much. And the only kind of upside that Bailey and Sasha have, dude, is keep going back down to NXT. You got Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox. You have that other team, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Um, uh, Jesus. Well, you should actually be bringing those teams up for one-offs on the main roster. just because
Mm-hmm.
why not? You don't have any fucking teams. So you might as well give us something exciting and put Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart on a random exhibition match against the Iconics. Shit like that. You know what I mean? You might as well get these teams more involved because you have on Raw, there's one team. There's one team. On SmackDown, there's two teams. On NXT, there's two teams. 7 teams is not a division. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, as far as this match, it's your typical main roster women tag match. Bayley and Sasha are all the women in WWE. There's Asuka, there's Io, and there's Bayley and Sasha. They are literally the only upside to this division. They're definitely the only upside on SmackDown to their
Mm-hmm.
division. And yeah, obviously, I predicted it that they were going to win, and I'm happy they did. As far as their match at SummerSlam, I honestly, I honestly don't see it happening. Only because of the fact of it was in Boston. They wanted Sasha to win it in her hometown, and now that that's taken away, obviously we brought to you. I can't remember how many weeks ago it was, but it was a couple weeks ago, or it might have been 2 weeks ago or something. Or that Bayley and Sasha, their plans are getting pushed back. Now, is that to Mania? I don't trust WWE with that long term of booking, but we can hope because Sasha and Bayley are so over. People are gonna love them no matter what. Um, and yeah, people didn't like Bayley as a heel at first, and none of us did really. But she's really coming into her own, and she's her and Sasha, I think, are doing great. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing really good, and I think, um, you just mentioned how you like Bayley better with the two belts, and you mentioned how that was an unpopular opinion. But as I started to think about it, I think she looks better with the two belts than than Becky did with hers. But
Mm-hmm.
do you like Becky two belts better or Bayley dose straps? Who do you think? Who do you think's got the better name?
Definitely Becky Two Belts. She's not even Mexican. Just because she looks like Dora doesn't mean you could say that she has those straps. That name sucks, bro. Like Becky Two Belts is a way better nickname.
And when they called her Bailey two belts, I was like, that sounds dope. I can get behind that. But then they changed it to Bailey dose straps. I was like, that's kind of corny. Um, so, yeah, but Bailey with those two belts looks fantastic. She looks fucking awesome. Becky with the two belts looked really good as well. I mean, granted, they're both kind of
Mhm.
holding separate belts. Becky was the Raw Women's Championship, and Bailey with the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Championships. But still, I think I don't know. I think they both look great, but I think I like Bailey better with the two belts look. So yeah, but right women won here, and yeah, so that's all we can say about that match, man. But yeah, the right women won here, and I honestly think they should hold those. If their plans are getting postponed, they should hold those championships for a really long time. If it's not going to happen at SummerSlam, because
Mhm.
unless you're going to drop them to a team in NXT, which I'm okay with,
Yeah.
um, then I want to see an NXT team have the women's tag belts. We haven't seen it yet,
Mhm.
and I really want to see it because it's it just makes the division look stupid. If I mean they don't do it
Yeah.
all the time, but if you're going to continue to have them go down there and just have them beat the NXT women's tag teams, that looks fucking stupid. Um, but yeah, the right woman won here, and yeah, if those plans are getting postponed, these two women need to hold those championships for a really long time because I don't see another team getting any
Mhm.
more over or any more entertaining than Bayley and Sasha are for sure. But on to the next match, man. Sheamus defeats Jeff Hardy. What do you think?
To be honest, man, I don't remember much of this match. What? Oh yeah, Sheamus. Yeah, man, it was just. I mean, I think we already talked about their feud in the BackLash prediction. It's just not hitting it, man. I'm not one of those people that hates the idea of this feud. I just don't think it just doesn't land. It just doesn't, man. So, Sheamus won. I think they're just clearly setting up a third match for probably Jeff to win the feud, man. So that's probably just all they're looking for, man. Because yeah, man. Um, I like both talent, both great talents, but I think this might be one of Jeff's last hurrahs in this company before he either leaves or just retires as a whole. Which I don't know. I have a big feeling he will leave when his contract is up and just join his brother. Even if he's just not even wrestling with his brother, man. I just see him leaving right now. Not because he hates the company, but like just because I mean, what's there left to do for him in this company, really, man? But yeah, man, the feud ain't all that much, man. But Sheamus won. So, yeah, it's just leading towards match three where Jeff will probably win. So, yeah, it's not a bad feud. I don't hate it. I just don't really care about it, man. So what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, this feud just doesn't. It's just it just feels like corny segment after corny segment, and not corny, but like it's just kind of weird segment after weird segment. Now,
Tries too hard.
yeah, I understand. I understand. Like, one of the biggest intrigues for me with this is it's never been proven that Sheamus was the one who ran over Elias. So I'm hoping that if it's not already in the plans, that maybe that can be a way to bring somebody else in. But I don't want it to be Sami Zayn, because apparently the plan was to bring Sammy back as babyface, and I totally agree with that because Sammy has been a
Mm-hmm.
heel since like 2018, and I just never liked it. I liked the original like turn, but then once he was
Mm-hmm.
just loud and annoying, it's like this just isn't. Yeah, it's just not a good heel act. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing against Sheamus either. I really like Sheamus in the role of a dick, of just a dick.
Mm-hmm.
That's just he's just a mean just motherfucker. Um, but it feels like it just feels like Jeff feels I don't know. It just kind of feels like Jeff is like they're trying to make him like too like a much of a sympathetic guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously this is building up to Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules is Hardy Boy colors, Hardy Boy themed, if you will. So it's probably going to lead to some kind of Extreme Rules. They should do an I Quit match with those two. I think that would be really good. Now that it comes to my mind, I really think an I Quit match with those guys would be really sick. Um, but yeah, Sheamus wins here, and yeah, it's pretty much just a story prolonger. They prolonged it tonight on SmackDown, so it's clearly leading to Extreme Rules, I think. So yeah, yeah, that's my take on it. But as for the next match, let me pull it up here. Okay, the next match, Asuka and Nia ends in a draw. What do you think?
Um, I mean, I'm just glad Asuka did not get injured during this match. The prayers to the gods worked. Um, but yeah, the match was just generic, big, just Nia is strong match. It ended with the disqualification, which I actually don't think it would lead, if it's gonna lead to much, because I think Nia already got a rematch on a SmackDown. Wait, on
Raw.
Raw actually, yeah. I think she already got a rematch, so I think that's already over with. No, not then. Oh my God, please don't let this go to Extreme Rules, because then we'll get fucking injured at Extreme Rules just because of the name alone. Fucking Niall will think, it's Extreme Rules. Let me buff it up a little bit and just fucking drop her on her head. So, so yeah, man. I think it's done, and I hope it's done. I think we all know who's next. It's fucking Charlotte. If you know
She
Charlotte, I think
defends
she already
Monday
got.
against her.
Oh
I
my
just found that
God.
out tonight, but yeah,
Oh shit. So if,
don't be
if Charlotte
shocked.
wins on Monday, that's fucked. And if she doesn't, then it's still they're gonna find a way to have another match at Extreme Rules, and then probably SummerSlam. And at SummerSlam, she'll probably beat her for the women's title, have her moment. I mean, for like the 11th time. So yeah, Yeah, man. We all know what's next for Asuka. Charlotte, sadly, even like this Monday, apparently didn't know that. They probably just announced it on Twitter. I don't watch Raw anyway, but still. Um, but yeah, man. What's next for Nia? Nothing. Until they're gonna need her for something else, they're not gonna use her. Yeah, man. All what do you think about this shit?
Yeah, I mean, we actually got some news on Nia, so hopefully that means she's out of the thing, completely out of the picture. But yeah, we got some news on Nia. I was let me look here, see if we have the news on a certain topic. I could probably bring it up now since we're not actually okay. Yeah, okay, I can report on this. Yes, okay. So apparently they wanted to make Nia look like the only heel on Raw and completely eliminate Shayna Baszler from the equation. And so hopefully, and now Shayna has been off TV for a really long time. But yeah, Jesus. Yeah, this match, Nia, dude, I can't really say too much considering we have a story on her. But as far as the match goes, it's a Nia match. Every move she does, you're just biting your nails. Like, oh fuck,
Hmm.
she gonna kill her. Um,
This is
but yeah, removing her from the equation before we get to Extreme Rules is absolutely the right call. Just because you can't put these women in any kind of stipulation match with Nia and somebody that's littler than her, which is pretty much everybody except for Ronda, because Ronda's littler than her in size, but Ronda's
just
just a
bigger.
tough motherfucker. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, right outcome here. Asuka winning. I don't know. I don't understand why this had to end in a draw, considering the fact that the next night they have another women's match, a women's championship match, and Nia just is that Rowan in the ring? I don't. Oh, that's weird. So if you look at Rowan on the screen right now, he doesn't have a beard. His beard is
Damn.
down to his face.
Oh
That
God.
looks so weird.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, but I don't understand the point of even having this match end in a draw. But yeah, Nia, just why? I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But Asuka beat her the next night on Raw, so. But again, yeah, Nia's out of the equation now, and dude, don't be surprised if Charlotte wins Monday, dude. But hopefully, fucking not. And I hope Nia can just stay away. And hopefully, the news we bring you later, hopefully that means that possibility is completely done. But as for the match, dude, it was nothing special. Nail biter, for the wrong reasons. Not because I was on the edge of my seat because this match was so wonderful, is because I don't want Asuka to die. Um, and there's definitely a possibility for anybody that steps in the ring with Nia. But yeah, man, yeah, Asuka wins. It's the right outcome, but I don't understand on having the draw here if you're just going to have her beat her clean the next night on Raw. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, filler. That's probably exactly what it was. But yeah, man. Hopefully we get Charlotte out of the equation, and I think, well, obviously now we know that's what's next for Asuka. And it's probably gonna happen because they are on a Charlotte kick right now. I don't know where it's spurred from, but ever since the Royal Rumble, man, she's just been just fucking. Thank God she's not on all three brands anymore. But I don't know. There's no point of her being on SmackDown, but she showed up on SmackDown, and yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't fucking know. It's fucking Nia. What do you want me to say? Yeah, but Asuka wins and it's the right decision. But I just can't help but fucking hope that Charlotte does not beat her. So yeah, but next up, we got Braun Strowman defending the Universal Championship against John Miz. John Morrison and The Miz. What do you think?
I mean, what did people really expect? Did they think really everyone was gonna win? God no, man. But yeah, Braun won, won clean. I think he pinned Morrison, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Okay. Yeah, he pinned Morrison. Morrison's comeback already sucks dick, man. He's already dead in the water. So yeah, that sucks. But yeah, man. Braun won and no Fiend at the end, which that was real fucking lame. That negates the whole purpose of this fucking pay-per-view for me and you. We were pissed, but after looking on what happens today, I think it kind of makes sense that this would be the thing that pulls out his bag, man. And talking about it now, I'm hearing a lot of people start thinking like, oh my god, this is the end of the Fiend. It's clearly he's clearly just doing it to fuck with Braun. Even if he wrestles as that Wyatt, it's just to fuck with Braun. Like, come on, guys. And if they do, then my God, are you guys gonna get a rant? But yeah, man. So I kind of like what they did there, but I mean, they could at least did that on BackLash, bro. That would have been a cliffhanger. That would have got people talking about the fucking show. But yeah, man, that match happened. No Fiend. What was the point, man? Who the fuck cares about Braun Strowman as a champion? Nobody. Nobody cares about Braun Strowman. He sucks. Oh well. Miz and Morrison, they're garbage right now. Gotta admit it, they're garbage. I mean, they're not garbage people. We're garbage wrestlers. They just aren't doing it, man. So yeah, man. That's all that. Don't care about Miz or Morrison. About Braun, but Braun won, and we all know after what happens on SmackDown or what happened tonight. What's next for Braun? Wyatt again. Still, thank you, and looks like they're bringing back the old cult leader Wyatt just to fuck with Braun. Hopefully it's not permanent. Hopefully it's just to fuck with Braun, man. But yeah, man, what'd you think about it?
Yeah, this match, nothing special. Obviously, it was all building towards the end of the match, and nothing happened. So it completely defeated the purpose, like Sir K said, of both of us, or of for both of us to watch the show. And yeah, so the Fiend, you said it just now, and I completely agree with you. Why didn't they do the cult leader Firefly Funhouse at Backlash just to get people talking about SmackDown? You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
understand they announced the return of the Firefly Funhouse and all, but I just think it would have been cooler. So, yeah, but Wyatt, tonight actually he brought back the cult leader, if you will. And do I think it's going to be the end of the Fiend? No, that doesn't make any sense for anybody that says that. What happened at Money in the Bank after Wyatt lost? And what happened even in the promos for the Firefly Funhouse? There was flashes of the Fiend. So clearly he is resorting back to the guy that Braun listened to, quote unquote, cult leader Wyatt, which he looks badass even in the cult leader. I want a figure of that because I just need more of the display. I want a figure, but I just need more to beef up my display. I need a dreaded cult leader Wyatt. That would just be wonderful.
That
Well,
insane.
I have the WrestleMania 30 Wyatt, but I want a dreaded cult leader Wyatt. I don't know. However, I wonder if he's doing that as like a Matt Hardy type thing. Like, I wonder if those guys talk, or I wonder if it's WWE trying to poke fun at Matt Hardy. But I don't. You know what? I wonder if it's WWE trying, because yeah, as you were just talking about it just now, I wondered because you know how Matt Hardy's always playing up his his characters that he had in WWE, or Big Money Matt, even though the real Big Money Matt is actually he's on screen right now, Big Money Matt Cardona. So
Mhm.
he's being the Hardy Boys Matt, and I wonder if if it's kind of like a dig at Matt, or I wonder if, but it's neither here or there. Wyatt being the cult leader to mess with Braun, I like it. I like it. But this isn't a review on SmackDown. This is a review on BackLash, and but as you can tell, there is nothing to talk about in this match. Other than the fact that Miz pulled Morrison off because so they brought this up on SmackDown tonight. They said minutes before the match, the rules of the handicap match was that the person who pins is the IC champion, and they said they changed the rules. Did you guys not watch Elimination Chamber? Sami
Yeah.
Zayn pinned Braun Strowman. That doesn't mean his whole faction was the IC champ. Sami Zayn was the Intercontinental Champion. They did not change the rules minutes before your match, you fucking idiots. They changed the rules. If they changed the rules at any time, it was in fucking February. So that didn't make any sense. But yeah, nothing worth talking about in this match other than the Fiend didn't show up. But co-leader Wyatt being back, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And this is clearly, you'd have to be an idiot to not see that the Fiend is not dead. And if he is, Sir K threw an Easter egg out, man. You're going to hear a little bit of a bad reaction from the both of us. But the Fiend is dead. You're definitely going to hear an earful. Not you guys, but WWE is going to hear an earful. And but no, this is not by any means going to be the end of the Fiend. If it's not at Extreme Rules, they're going to do. I wonder if he's going to face Braun as the cult leader at Extreme Rules, and then face him as the Fiend. Yo, that means we'll probably get the old theme song back.
Oh, that would be awesome to see, bro.
That would be dope for one more. But now I wonder. And then they're going to do The Fiend 1 year after his debut at SummerSlam,
Hmm.
taking the strap from Braun Strowman. But who knows? We'll have to see where it goes. These things just keep popping in my head, man. But, uh, yeah. So Bray, I wonder. Yeah, but Braun wins here, and it was clearly just filler to get him to the Fiend. So, yeah, there's nothing else to talk about with that, man. But next up, Drew McIntyre successfully defends his WWE Championship against the Dominator, Bobby Lashley. What did you think?
I mean, the match wasn't all that, man. But well, actually, he's not a bad talent. He's just not an interesting one. So, I don't really care about Bobby Lashley. This match wasn't bad, but it kind of just like the rest of this pay-per-view, it just happened. So, yeah, McIntyre won because Bobby got distracted by Lana. He accidentally hit her off, got Claymored, and McIntyre won, man. So looks like they're gonna continue this feud, but yeah, actually, bro, I actually haven't been minding MVP as his Bobby's manager because I think he plays it pretty well. Actually, I'm low key weirdly dig. I'm not a mark for any of it, but I don't really even care for any of
Mhm.
it. But I actually kind of dig MVP as his manager, and MVP is doing this legitly, which I dig. But yeah, man, they're doing the whole thing with Lana and the divorce, and it's fucking Lana. Who cares about Lana? So that's all happening, man. They're probably gonna write Lana off TV, probably fucking forever at this point. But yeah, man, that's all happening. What's next for McIntyre? Looks like it's still Bobby, and after that, man, at SummerSlam, who fucking knows? He'll face. Who knows at this point, man? So yeah, man. Oh God, with Heyman gone, I am scared for McIntyre Slam. But yeah, man. Um, I think with Heyman gone, Bobby definitely has no fucking possibility of winning. Oh God, unless it's the opposite. Unless he has a bigger chance and he'll face Brock. Oh God. I wouldn't want to think about that torture, man. But yeah, man, that all happened. I don't really mind it. I don't really care, to be honest. But I mean, McIntyre could be doing way better right now. So yeah, man, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the right person won here, and I do agree with you with MVP. I actually do not mind him as a manager role. However, I just don't want to see him in the ring, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that. Um, but
Facts.
yeah, yeah, no, nobody wants to see MVP in the ring, obviously. But as for the match, yeah, Lana, distracted Bobby Lashley, and he paid for it, got Claymored, um, and, yeah, so that was pretty much the end of it. Nothing too much about the match to talk about. Um, Other than Bobby started attacking him before the bell rang. That's pretty much about it. And yeah, Drew won here. Obviously, the right person won. But um, yeah, Heyman. So I never seen them giving the championship to Bobby Lashley anyway. So I feel like this was kind of just filler and kind of probably just to get Bobby away from Lana to write her off television because they are most likely mad at her because she has an affiliation to Rusev. That's just how they are.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but yeah, nothing too special about this match. But as for what's next for Drew, I think he's actually still doing this feud. Actually, I think. Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll probably be another match with Bobby at Extreme Rules, and do I see Bobby winning? I hope not. I don't think unless they want to do a Brock match, but I heard Brock doesn't really want to come back. But yeah, yeah, Drew should definitely win this feud overall. But yeah, Bobby, I like the idea of Bobby Lashley. I think we all kind of like the idea of him, but the way they've handled him, and they never gave us the Brock match, which was the sole reason this guy came back. And yeah, yeah, I think I like the idea of him, but they've just done him so poorly. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Drew wins here, and he's probably going to be prolonging this feud with Bobby. So I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, we'll just see where it goes. But yeah, I definitely think Drew should win the feud. I hope. But uh, yeah, so yeah, nothing more much to speak on that. Obviously, these two are feuding with each other going forward. But yeah, so yeah, so next up we got the Street Profits versus the War Raiders, but the match never happened, and these guys uh pretty much just brawled the whole time, and the match never got started. So, what do you think about all these shenanigans?
God, man. The War Raiders were so cool and badass in NXT, and now they're a literal joke, man, which sucks. Sucks for them, man. As for the Street Profits, I weirdly see them in this role, and they're actually not bad at this role, but I just don't care for this type of shenanigans, man. Um, and then now they reintroduced Akira Tozawa back in, relevancy, you could say, now with a ninja gimmick. So, him gets outed. First thing that happens, they give Akira Tozawa a ninja gimmick. So, yeah, and they have the super tall dude, super tall from uh the NXT PC. Now I think I'm pretty sure he's the tall ninja that's always paired with Kirisawa now, which is like, I mean, good for him. I think he's being used and tested, which is like good for him, man. But like, really, this is what you have for this man? A fucking second part ninja gimmick besides Akira Tozawa? Are you like, oh man, if I was a up and coming guy at the PC with a lot of promise and they asked me to be in a fucking ninja gimmick with Akira Tozawa, I would fucking quit right then and there. Like, I would ask for my release right fucking there. Cause, dude, what is come on, man. I do not in the slightest like this ninja gimmick. And I think they're trying to do a Dark Order type thing where it's a bunch of random people always with them too. It's not it, man. This isn't a fucking Kill Bill movie. All right, guys. That it's just hot garbage. It really is, man. But in terms of everything else, those Raw titles mean fucking nothing at this point. Um, oh shit. War Machine or Viking Raiders lost all their cool. They are so late now. And I mean, at least they're doing something with the Street Profits, which is good. But other than that, man, I'm not digging any of it, man. So, yeah, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I mean, the Street Profits. I mean, yeah, these guys are meant for like the goofy segments, but like, Jesus, it's like when you do this kind of shit with another team that's meant to be goofy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You do this
I
shit
was.
with heavy machinery.
Hmm.
Um, not the fucking War Raiders, bro. Like, what the. But this shit, it's gone on for too long. It's making the fucking tag titles look like shit. They're fucking wasting probably the only two good teams they have on this show. Let me think about that for a minute. Well, you have Murphy and Austin Theory, and you have you fucking have AOP, but I don't think they've been at the tapings. Um, yeah, yeah. They're probably the only two like legit teams, especially the War Raiders, and this is what you're subjecting them to, which is just fucking ridiculous because the we all know these guys are worth so much more than 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 what they're doing now. And these guys deserve to be fucking wrestling, not always doing cheesy garbage. It's fucking ridiculous, and it needs to fucking stop. But yeah, these guys just brawled around the PC pretty much, and that was it. The match never got started. Um, yeah. Next up, man, the greatest wrestling match ever. The moment they've been waiting for. Randy Orton versus Edge. What did you think, bro? Very controversial. Was it the greatest wrestling match ever? I think so. What do you think?
Bruh, it was probably the most above average match ever. If you really think about it, man. But the match was bad. Like I said, it was above average. It wasn't. It wasn't bad. It was just an above average match, man. The match itself, it was just that. It kind of dragged a little bit. Didn't need to be that long. I think they made it that long just to fuck with us. Which is like, really, bro. You ain't gotta do that, man. But, yeah, that was long. But, yeah, nothing to say about the match itself. But at the end, in the ending, bro, to end the match, Randy Orton hit Edge with a punt kick, returning after so many fucking years. It returned, and he hit him with it, and it was genuinely cool at the moment. Me and Johnny actually didn't catch it at first. We were on our phones, bored as shit, on Twitter and Instagram, and all we hear is fucking Michael Cole's dumbass talking about, oh, punt kick, and we just like, oh shit. So we had to rewind, watch the punt kick, which is actually cool to see. Um, watch that. So that was actually a very enjoyable way to end this, or to give Orton the win, because gotta be 50-50. It's got one dude wins the first match, other dude wins the second match. Winner takes all the end every single fucking time. So yeah, of course that's how they're gonna set it up, which is actually I genuinely really enjoyed the way they did that. I like bringing back the punt kick, and it's actually given interest in Randy Orton, which for Randy Orton that's a big fucking deal because his ass is usually boring as fuck. He at there's one point, well, after Dean left and became Moxley again, the Randy Orton was the most boring on the roster at one point, and now I'm actually digging him. I don't really care too much over this overall storyline. I mean, I'm actually starting to care, but we'll get to that. But yeah, man, Orton's actually doing interesting things now with the punt kick. That's fucking awesome. That's how he won that match. So that was genuinely really cool. I dig that a lot. So after that, Actually, in the match, um, Edge suffered a injured pec, and he'll be out for a little bit. We don't know. I don't know how long. I didn't look it up, but he'll probably be out for a minute, which sucks for him. But I don't. I think since this is not head related, he will be back. But he's got to be gone for a fat minute. So in substitution to that, and they brought back fucking Christian, bro. I actually really dig that. I was kind of shocked by it, and like I said, I really dig it. Everyone always wanted Christian to return to the ring, and I never thought it would happen because first of all, they don't even really like Christian that much for some reason, and just I mean, what would be his point? But I actually really like the way he came back. He came back for Edge. Randy Orton was calling him like a bitch and shit because he wouldn't wrestle him in an unsanctioned match, which is actually I would I wish they would do shit like that more. Like use unsanctioned matches for like cool storyline points, like how they were doing with Moxley, how he was too dangerous to fucking compete in a match, so they make an unsanctioned match. He couldn't wrestle because he's not medically cleared, making it unsanctioned. I dig that. I actually genuinely enjoyed that little fact that they did. But yeah, there wasn't even a match. Fucking bell rung, Ric Flair low blowed um, Christian, probably just because of evolution happened, and then Orton just straight up hit him with the punk kick, man. So yeah, man, that's how that ended. It'll probably, I really actually genuinely think there'll be a match at Extreme Rules. That's what I think they're building to, man. Which, if that happens, bro, I'm actually really down for that, bro. I'm gonna dig that a lot. That's something that's a match I'm willing to watch live. So yeah, man. But overall, the match, the most above average match ever. But I'm actually really starting to dig the storyline, especially with Christian in it, man. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the match was above average. It was a good match. It was a match that if it was both of their last match, I think they could be proud of their last match. But it wasn't anything too special. Don't let the tagline deceive you, but yeah, this match, a lot of grappling, a lot of finishers, a lot of stuff like that, man. But in the end, it culminated to a punt kick, and that was incredibly badass. That we got to see that, which is really cool. Actually, it's been retired for about 7 years now, and yeah, we got to see the return to the punt, which was awesome. It's honestly one of the things they should have never let go, you know.
Mhm.
And but they did, and yeah, obviously all this culminated to Christian. I don't know if he came back or if he didn't really wrestle, but um, just probably adding more layers to the storyline. And yeah, it was all right. It was all right. But yeah, Edge. Our first piece of news that we were bringing you guys today is that Edge has a torn bicep and he had successful surgery already. Wish him a speedy recovery, man. But yeah, that happened. Um, but yeah, Orton ended up winning, and we'll just have to see where it goes from here. Now that Edge is out, and their SummerSlam third match probably won't be happening. So we'll just have to see where it goes from there. But yeah, the greatest wrestling match ever was not the greatest wrestling match ever. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that was BackLash, man. What did you think about the show?
Uh, the show, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't nothing amazing.
What did you
It
think about the
wasn't.
piped in reactions? I forgot to mention that.
Oh shit, yeah. I actually, they were very fucking piped in. You could totally tell they were just edited in from actual live crowds. But if they would have just said that, I actually wouldn't have minded because it actually genuinely brought energy to the match. So I actually kind of digged it. It just actually made the fucking arena or just the show feel alive again. So I actually kind of digged it just because these shows has been so boring, man. What did you think?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad considering the first thing is that the NXT, the NXT people are very cringy and very scripted, very piped in as it
Hmm.
is. The only problem I had was it literally sounded like 80,000 people, and then you look outside of that, and there's like fucking 50 people in the crowd. So okay, whatever. But yeah, other than that, I didn't mind it too much. Um, but yeah, so overall, what'd you think of the show?
Like, overall the show. I mean, the show had the tagline of the greatest match ever, and it was the most above average match ever. So I think this is just a barely above average pay per view. So I'm gonna give it. I'm not gonna give. Oh, should I, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, just because it wasn't bad, but it was great, and it just happened. It literally just happened, man. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 5 out of 10, man. What did you think?
I gave it a 3 out of 10, only because there was only literally the Fiend didn't show up.
That's true.
Maybe a 2. You're inching at a 2. But yeah, the show sucked. Other than the Orton and Edge match, the show just sucked through and through.
Okay, we
Honestly,
laughed.
yeah, we did. We had to go back and watch the greatest wrestling match ever. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so that was the Backlash review, man, and on to the news. On to the news, man. We brought to you that Edge has a torn bicep, and yeah, he torn bicep. I'm not exactly sure how long that takes to recover from, but
Hmm.
I don't think he'll be back in time for SummerSlam. But yeah, so that happened. So yeah, that was the first piece of news. One of the other stories we got to, I kept mentioning you. We had a story about Nia. WWE is launching an investigation on Nia Jax and her safety. What do you think?
God damn, man. I mean, I don't know what to investigate besides the fact that you just watch clips of fucking her throughout her career. But yeah, I think they're just clearly gonna see how she acts backstage, witness reports, how people are talking about her, and to be honest, it's either gonna go to one of two ways. Either people are gonna bullshit so much backstage and say, "Oh my God, she would never do that on purpose, and she's an amazing person, and whatever the fuck." So, or people are just gonna be like, "Yeah, she's annoying as fuck, and she doesn't care." And I think that's what they're gonna find out, man. But really, the most they'll do is just not use her that much because she's related to The Rock. They're not gonna release her or anything unless they fucking have to for like bad reasons. But they're not gonna release her or none, sadly. So yeah, man. Um, yeah. It's a great thing that they're actually doing this because they fucking need to. But to be honest, not big things are gonna come out of this. They'll probably just fucking end up like not using her that much, which I mean that's a big win. But still, man, they're not gonna fire her or anything, but they'll probably just won't ever use her that much again. So yeah, man, what do you think about that news?
Um, I think it's great. I think it's great that
Mhm.
that they uh, you can't you can't just keep having people get injured, man. You know what I mean? At some point, it's like, and the fact of too is she believes her own hype and she laughs about it and she calls people haters when really it's just like, no, it's not okay. It's not okay to fucking just be out there throwing people around carelessly and just being careless with a job that the nature of the job consists of, yeah, harming your opponent, but also protecting them. You don't see Undertaker doing tombstones and putting people's head lower than the knees. Why? Because it'll break their fucking neck. You know what I mean? You don't see Aleister Black massing the fucking shit out of somebody. Why? Because it'll break their jaw. Things like that. Seth Rollins, you want to know why he never threw people at the bottom turnbuckle? It's because it's not safe. Look at what happened to Finn. It's not safe. And it's not Seth's fault because Seth is a world-class performer and accidents happen. But in your case, to the point where you've injured so many people, it begs the question, are you really trying your best to protect your opponents? I understand injuries are going to happen. We all understand that. But the fact of the matter is, these people that have done it don't do it all the time. And if they do, it's spaced out. You know what I mean? Seth has injured a couple people. We can all attest to that. But it's spaced out to the point where it's, you know what I mean? It's spaced out to the point where it's like, it's an accident. When you injure Kairi Sane twice, 2 weeks in a row, that's a fucking problem. And when you injure Charlotte and Sasha and Bayley, all these people, like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be safe here. You know what I mean? You can't.
You're either careless or stupid.
Honestly, just like CM Punk told Ryback, man, you're either dumb as fuck and you suck, or you did that shit on purpose. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking Punk, a legend. It's a matter of, you just can't do shit like that. You know what I mean? Especially when Kyrie's yelling that she's not set. And you just fucking literally just whip her to the ground as a fucking somebody will whip their pillow when they're mad. You know what I mean? You just whip her at the ground. You know what I mean? Or something like, you know, it just doesn't fly, and it can't. And the fact that she's related to The Rock does not give her any kind of fucking privilege. But in WWE it does, and it's fucking ridiculous. And it's just completely ridiculous. But I'm glad that they've launched an investigation against it because it's a serious fucking problem that needs to be solved, man. So yeah, that's my take on it. But more about the women's division. Some of you only main roster watchers, I don't know how you do it, but you do it. Have you guys ever heard of Bianca Belair? Me neither. I don't know where she's been. She has been, well, I'm about to tell you guys, because she has been off television because she does not fit into the Raw Tag Team Championship segments. Now, I didn't want to say it when we were going over BackLash. That is the reason why I said that this shit needs to end. But it also doesn't make a lot of sense in a lot of ways. But what do you think, man?
Such bullshit. First of all, if she doesn't fit in the whole picture, then why the fuck did you call her up? Because she still had a lot to do in NXT. She could have been feuding. She could have feuded with Io Shirai after her win to eventually maybe beat her, bro. Like, come on. You're just gonna rip her from NXT to just, well, she doesn't fit into the picture. So, shit. You know? Like, bro, what kind of fucking shit is that, man? But, like, how do you not? Like, I get. She, of course she wouldn't fit in the Raw Tag Team title plans. It's all Sasha and Bayley. Wait. Oh my god, no, the wrong brand. It's all fucking, wait. So she doesn't fit in the plans for Charlotte. Okay. When Charlotte is the one that basically got Bianca called up because she wanted to face her. So now, Charlotte, the greedy bitch that she is, gets, instead of just going down there to wrestle Bianca, she gets her called up to wrestle her on the main roster. Doesn't even fucking do it. And now that she wants the Raw Women's title, they're making that a storyline, and they don't see. They can't fit Bianca in that storyline when fucking Charlotte was tweeting out that she wanted to face Bianca. They can't fit her into the storyline. Okay, okay. That just shows the selfishness and just overall just bitch move of Charlotte, man. How if I was Bianca and Charlotte got me called up because she wanted to face me, I'd be excited. I'd be like, oh shit, her ass wants to face me, bet. And then you get to the main roster, and they put you on main event. They put you on main event. If that would happen to me, bro, I would ask for my release right then and there. Fuck that. Like, Bianca is easily one of their best women on that fucking roster. And you just don't do jack fuck with her. That is not right, man. And for, then for, they don't use her for none other than fucking Charlotte. Of course. You know, that's bullshit, man. That ain't right. And that just proves how much of a fucking dick Charlotte is, man. Fuck that. That ain't right. What do you think about this bullshit?
Okay, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Why does Bianca have anything to do with the Street Profits in the first place? She's married to her husband. Okay, that's their personal life. That's one thing. But on television, what does Bianca Belair have to do with the Street Profits? Nothing. And let me tell you this. She's off TV because she doesn't fit into the Raw Tag Team Championships kits. She's not in a fucking tag team. She's in the women's division. The same women's division where you won't give Shayna a shot. Okay. You give Nia a shot. Okay. Why is Bianca Belair not being used? Charlotte's in NXT at the time. Okay, why are you not using Shayna? Why are you not using Kyrie, but you're using Nia? And Bianca Belair's on main event. Now Charlotte's back. Okay. Again. Asuka and Charlotte. We've been there, done that. Why are you not building her up at least? Why is she not rising through the ranks? Why the fuck do you think Becky Lynch got so over? It's because of that slow climb. You know what I mean? Slow climb doesn't fucking start on main event. I'll fucking tell you that first and foremost. But why, on God's green earth, does she have anything to do with the Raw Tag Team division anyway, when she should be competing for the Raw Women's Championship, or not competing? If you're not going to have her compete for it, fucking at least contending. Or, not contending, rising through the ranks, I mean. It doesn't make any sense. And it's not a fucking excuse to cover their bullshit of why she's not, been on television. She doesn't have anything to do with the fucking Street Profits anyway. She does not. And you're having her be affiliated with them for what? You should have called her up in the thinking of, this is Bianca Belair, a woman star, not a woman superstar, potential superstar, not Bianca Belair, oh, this is Montez Ford's fucking wife. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And you're gonna take her from NXT to have her sit on the sidelines when she's better than their main women they push? She's better than Lacey. She's better than Alexa. She's better than Charlotte. She's better than fucking Nia. Combined. Really? Really? This is what we're doing with Bianca Belair. When she could have been in NXT being built up for something that actually is fucking meaningful. But we don't even know about that anymore. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. She has nothing to do with the Raw Tag Team division anyway. She's in the women's division. And if you wanted her to be set aside for Charlotte anyway, why call her up? Or, why didn't you use her when Charlotte was in NXT? My God, people. Make me fucking sick.
They can use her now with Charlotte. Like, they could use her, and because, sadly I wouldn't want this, but this is how they would use her as a stepping stone for Charlotte. And if they would do that, bro, I would actually be probably more pissed. So, you know what? Don't do that, actually. Don't. You
Ridiculous.
guys.
Ridiculous. Speaking of Raw, Kevin Owens did not show up to Raw because of the positive case of you guys know what, man. What do you think about this?
I mean, fuck. I mean, I don't fucking blame him in the slightest, man. He's got a son. He's got a wife.
Two,
And,
I
yeah, he
think.
does.
I think he has, yeah, two sons.
Two sons and a wife. Why would he go there? Why would he go and risk bringing it back to his family, man? No, that's just dumb, man. And, like, I don't blame him in the slightest. Good for him, because if I was him, I wouldn't go either. But it also proves that it's a good thing Roman fucking dipped out when he did. Because what if Roman was at one of these tapings with that dude? What the fuck do you think would happen then, bro? And apparently, that dude wrestled on the show. That NXT talent wrestled. So, like, come on, guys, come on. But apparently, this is their first coronavirus testing since March. That just goes to show how careless Vince McMahon is. We talk about how Nia is careless. I think Vince is even fucking worse.
Yeah, I think
This
they need
poor
to fucking do an investigation on him. Fuck.
swear, fuck Vince, but like this shit ain't no joke. Especially to people on that roster when a fucking big amount of them have children. You got do what AEW's doing. They're testing people every fucking taping. Come on, man. Um, like, it's just like, come on, man. You guys can do way better than this. You guys are a $1 billion company. Billions-dollar company. You guys can afford a corona test and actual procedures, how to go about things, man. That's just bullshit. And anyone who was blaming Roman or pissed at Roman for dipping out on Mania, especially Vince, if you still blame him after this, you're an idiot. Because imagine if he was at these tapings, that would be so bad. Like, come on, man. Good for him that he fucking noped on Mania and noped on this whole this whole company at this moment. Cause thank God he did. Cause fuck that. What do you think about this shit?
Oh, 100%. Good for Owens. Good for Kevin Owens. And you know what, man? If they want to fucking punish him for taking a precaution, like, listen, Vince, I understand. I understand that you think that this is bullshit, okay? That's fucking one thing. That's your problem. You know what I mean? I understand if you think it's bullshit. And everybody can have their own opinion. That's fine, especially with that specifically. Especially with the the whole coronavirus specifically. That's fine. You can have your own opinion, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to take precautions because, I don't know, you have a roster full of wrestlers that you're making show up to work, and if not, then they get punished. If you have a shit ton of employees, okay? And again, it's one thing if you don't take it seriously or whatever. That's your problem. Don't make it their problem. And it's good for Owens that he fucking stepped out. And if he's gonna get the Sami Zayn treatment, good. Treat him as treat him as bad as you can. Then by the time his contract does come up, we'll see the fucking re-debut of Kevin Steen. Go ahead, I dare you. Because people like him and people like Zayn are gonna flourish if they go to All Elite Wrestling. Without a fucking doubt. Because, especially Sammy, because you treated him god-awful. Owens has been a world champion by now, but still, they don't treat him any fucking better. And you know what, man? Again, this guy has got kids. A lot of these people have kids. And you... Good for him. Good for him. You can't expect him to show up to work in a fucking time. He probably takes it seriously. Obviously, he has fucking kids. You can't fucking blame him for that. Because, again, like I said, man, if Vince doesn't take it seriously, that's his fucking problem. Don't make it everybody else's fucking problem. Because if they do take it seriously, do not put your employees in fucking risk, because those ones that get a bitter taste in their mouth about this are going straight out of your fucking company. And I guarantee you a lot of them won't fucking forget this. Like a Sami Zayn. You done stripped him of the goddamn IC championship because he didn't want to come to fucking work. And he apparently is pissed off as fuck. So good luck trying to re-sign him. You're digging your own fucking grave, and I hope it comes back and bites them in the fucking ass, which I guarantee you it will. But yeah, good for Owens nonetheless. Good for Owens. Alright, more news on Raw. Apparently, a lot of Raw news, man. Apparently, Vince McMahon sees the next Eddie Guerrero and Angel Garza. What do you think?
First of all, I've heard about this on Twitter. I didn't even know this. Apparently, Garza's uncle is a famous indie Mexican pro wrestler. I didn't even know this, and apparently his uncle looks just like him. I saw a picture, man. He looks like his fucking like his twin. That was weird. Apparently he was like a big TNA guy back in like '06. I didn't even know that. So he could just be his next uncle. But
I kind of want to look that up now.
yeah, bro, he looked just like him. I saw another tweet. Was like, damn. I saw that picture. I was like, damn. Fucking Garza's been around for a minute, but that's just his uncle, man. So yeah, man. But you're gonna see him as the next Eddie. Which, first of all, stop looking for the next Cena, for the next Eddie.
Oh my
So many of
god.
these people are like, yeah.
No. Angel Garza's first name is Humberto.
No way.
Yeah, his name is Humberto Garza Solano.
He does not look like a Humberto, man. God damn. But
What the
yeah,
fuck?
bro. Like, I'm not the biggest Garza mark. I'm warming up to him. I am. But if you want the next big Mexican star, I think it's obviously, man. To me, it's so clearly in Andrade, man. Like, Garza's good. I'm gonna admit he's generally really good and has a lot of potential, and I'm actually growing on him a lot. But just, I still don't think he compares. Well, he's very good, but I don't think he's on the Andrade level, bro. Andrade has it all, man. I mean, he can't really talk, but he has Vega. She's his amazing mouthpiece, amazing act as a whole. That will does shit when she needs to, shit like that, man. And I actually like those random times where Andrade would just yell out in Spanish against someone. I kind of enjoy that little shit sometimes. It's just natural. But Andrade can do it all. He could have 5-star match after 5-star match. He's got an
Oh,
amazing look. Yeah,
he looks
it's,
just fucking like him.
I swear that's his uncle too. I'm like, what the fuck? But Andrade has it all, man. Literally has it all. And you're just gonna throw it away just because the fans are more hot on Humberto, which I will commend. They're actually doing something good. But just, come on. Don't build Humberto up at the expense of Andrade. You could build them both up. Have two great Mexican stars. But that's Vince, man. He'll only allow one. And the one he wants is Humberto, man. So, yeah, man, I like Humberto. I'm actually really growing on him. I mean, he's really growing on me. But Andrade's the one for me, man. He's the next big Mexican star for me, man. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, first and foremost, you said it. I don't think that you should be looking into the next of anybody. You know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero, there will never be another Eddie Guerrero, just like there will never be a lot of another anybody. And that's how it should be. But as far as the next Mexican star, you said it, it's obviously Andrade. If you can't see that it's Andrade, you're an idiot. But CM Punk said this. It's why not make money off everybody instead of making money off one person? It doesn't make any sense. It's the weirdest ran business that you can ever imagine, and it's just ridiculous. it's ridiculous. I mean, Andrade is I've never really been too high on Angel Garza. Yeah, I never really been too high on him. I appreciate his talent. He's very good, but I don't know. I just never been too high on him. I've always just been more of an Andrade guy. But yeah, Andrade is when you talk about next Mexican star, I think it should clearly should be Almas. But you never know. I just hope they don't split him up from Zelina Vega. That's all I fucking can hope for. But for the next Mexican star, it's clearly Andrade. But why not build up to? Why not? You never know. Never know with fucking WWE, bro. So yeah, but yeah, honestly, man, why not build up to? Why do you gotta just be difficult? You know what I mean? There's no point in seeking out one when both of them are great. So yeah, Andrade. If you wanna, if you really want to look about it like, if you really want to look at it like that, Andrade is clearly the next Mexican star. You just gotta build them up, and they probably fucking won't. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, yeah, that's my take on it, man. And more news about Raw. I believe this is our last story about Raw. Um, Dolph Ziggler and Ali quietly moved to Monday Night Raw. What do you think, bro?
First of all, when Ziggler, man, it's Ziggler. Who gives a fuck, man? He'll just do whatever random shit they tell him to on whatever brand they put him on. It's Ziggler. No one really cares about Ziggler. He's a lifer. Like, that's, it's Ziggler, man. I don't even know. Like, it's Ziggler. But, in terms of Mustafa, I heard this could be news pairing with this. I heard they given up on the hacker gimmick. I've heard they just are done with it. Which, if that's so, it proves that Ali was the hacker, which I think everybody knew. But you're going to build up that whole character, a big secret coming out that he was going to expose the whole roster, and just, well, we don't want to do it anymore. Just quietly send them raw. That's fucking, that just exposes their asses as just, they can't book shit. They can't do nothing. Fucking Vince has the attention span of a fucking fish. Like, come on, man. It's bullshit. You're gonna build up this whole gimmick for Ali and just drop it. Fucking hell, man. Just to put him on Raw. Or what's the most he gonna do? Feud with Apollo for the U.S. title? That's probably gonna be the biggest thing he'll do on fucking Raw is win that piece of shit title. What's the fucking point? Keep him on SmackDown. Have him do his shit with the hacker. Have him do some cool shit. Have him expose this whole Jeff Hardy situation. Like, come on, man. Do something. Don't just give up because you're bored. What are you, a fucking toddler? With the new Christmas presents? Bored of one, let me open the fucking next. Come on, man. Come on. This is why Vince gotta go, man. Fuck Vince. It's just bullshit, man. And like I said, what is Andrade really gonna do on Raw? The U.S. title? Spare me. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. What do you think?
Uh, you know, Ziggler and Sonya did not, honestly, they did not look bad next to each other, bro. It looked decent. And one of the few things that was fucking decent about the whole fucking thing with Sonya and one of the few things Ziggler kind of had going for him, just fucking take it away from him, and this guy's right back to the gutter, literally, right back to the fucking gutter. And I mean, Jesus, like you said, bro, what are these people fucking for?
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you want from this guy? You fucking probably beat him down mentally and physically so bad. He's probably like, like I don't know, but Ali on the other hand, the Raw hacker doesn't sound good at all. And if
Mm.
they are going to completely give up on it, I could kind of see that coming, considering the fact Gable was rumored to be a part of that as well, and he just seemingly just came back as if nothing ever happened. So that's just wonderful. And yeah, uh, what is this guy gonna do on Raw? What is this guy gonna do on Raw that he hasn't done on SmackDown? Nothing. Um, it it's so ridiculous. It honestly is. I mean, this guy. I could only imagine how he feels. They give you this gimmick. They're supposedly going to run with it, and it'll be the big reveal. And he still had shit to do too. He could have been the one to reveal what happened with like you said, the Sheamus and Jeff Hardy situation, who really did it and stuff. So I don't know, but it's a horrible move, and it's not going to go anywhere, especially under the control of Bruce and Vince. This guy is pro- probably not going to keep him. Probably not ever going to keep him doing something consistently for a really long time, man. So I don't see Ali doing anything, and I hope they don't. I hope they do not bring him back with no explanation whatsoever. It's ridiculous. These people make no sense. I don't understand. If you were just going to get bored of a storyline, which was honestly not bad, I digged it. I like the SmackDown hacker, and and I don't understand why it has to come to an end. It seems to me like they were the only people that were getting bored of it, and yeah, and now it's history. It's looking like hopefully not, but we'll have to see, man. But yeah, next up, okay, here we go. SmackDown news. Some SmackDown news. Nakamura and Cesaro replaced the Forgotten Sons because of Jackson Riker's comments about the situation in the world and his pro Donald Trump tweets. Um, so yeah, what do you think about the Forgotten Sons being replaced?
I mean, I feel bad for the other two, Cutler and Blake. Well, yeah, Cutler and Blake. I think is that both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cutler and Blake, man, because I mean they didn't tweet the shit out, but they got to deal with the punishment of it. It sucks for that man. It really does. But I understand why they pulled him because people wanted to confront him and probably jump him backstage. I was hearing, so that's kind of funny. Which I mean, they were like, well, we don't want his ass to get jumped, so we'll pull him. But they're clearly what they're trying to publicly look like is that they don't believe in that shit and that they, you know, don't aren't signing with them and take them off the TV, which it's so hypocritical, man, because I understand where the rest of the guys are coming from. They don't want people believing that type of shit backstage. They don't like Trump supporters backstage, and understandably for a good amount of them, which, like, it, don't bring your political opinion into your business. You're just gonna get fucked over. Sometimes understandably, but like my thing is, Vince McMahon openly supports Trump's ass. They posted pictures together in the Oval Office.
The oral
in the
office.
in the Oval Office together, man. It's
Wonderful.
like it's so hypocritical of WWE management because most of those guys in the suits support him because he's a billionaire. They're billionaires. Whatever he does in his presidency will make them more money. Less taxes, shit like that, man. So they openly support him, which is so hypocritical for them to take him off TV and off backstage because of that, man. Which, to be honest, I don't care. If they take them off TV, then oh fucking well, who cares? They're garbage anyway. The Forgotten Sons, they truly are forgotten, bro. Ain't nobody give a fuck about them. But like, it's just so hypocritical and funny to me that Vince would do that when he fucking openly supports him and shit. That's just so hypocritical, man. What do you think about this?
Yeah, so Knock and Cesaro, these guys, why are they even a team? But, onto the, onto the actual news. Yeah, they always tell you not to mention politics, politics and religion, I think, are the two things people tell you not to mention with your friends, right? Well, Jackson Riker brought up politics to Twitter and his coworkers, and he brought it to his workplace, man. And what his opinion is whatever. That's none of our business. And whatever he supports, it's fine. Who cares? It's not the end of the world, right? And being the time. Not only was it not a good time to bring that up, but you know, it's a vaudevillain case. It's a case of Aiden English being punished because Simon Gotch didn't
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be an asshole. Now the other guys have to get punished because he wants to go on social media and be a dumbass during literally the worst time in the world to bring up that kind of subject, and it's ridiculous. And now the other guys have to pay for it. That's what's ridiculous, is now the other guys have to pay for it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trying to keep him as far as away from WWE television as possible, so he doesn't get jumped and confronted. Because his comments, uh, that's his opinion. That's neither right or wrong. But it wasn't shit like that. Mind your own business. Keep it to your fucking self. You know what I mean? Um, Religion and politics is just keep it to your fucking self, because it's just not gonna end up good. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna end up good, and we can see in Jackson Riker's case, because now he is going to get jumped and whatnot. And my laptop just died. Wonderful. Okay. And yeah, and it's genuinely just not a good situation for this guy at all. But yeah, that lesson. Hopefully, this guy learned a lesson. Don't bring that shit to your fucking workplace. Just keep it to your fucking self, dude. Again, politics and religion. Just keep it to your fucking self. Because 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be an argument with somebody that doesn't agree with you. Just keep it to your fucking self. Because now you done fucked up. You done lost your goddamn spot on the storyline, and now your fucking teammates have to pay for it. So congratulations. Yeah. Next up, here we go. I don't know which one we should end with. I guess we'll end with the most controversial one at the moment. As we wrap
Yeah.
up here, man, not really, because we talk a lot. Vince McMahon's influence is being brought to NXT because he believes he needs his influence to spark the ratings in NXT and have them beat AEW. What are your thoughts?
First of all, Vince, stop trying to beat AEW. This war is really non-existent. The people that think it's a fucking war are fucking idiots. These are both the Smark shows. Most Smarks equally love these two fucking shows, so stop trying to pit them against each other. Second of all, Vince's input is not going to spark any ratings because, well, the fact is, the only reason Raw and SmackDown get any ratings is because they are Raw and SmackDown. Notable damn brains, notable brand names that everybody knows and a lot of people watch just because, first of all, they just, a lot of times, especially at SmackDown, it's just on fucking TV. A lot of people are like, oh, I remember this. Or they're just like, I know this. Let me just put it on. You know, that's the only reason SmackDown and Raw gets such high ratings because they are SmackDown and Raw. And the reason NXT gets quote unquote low ratings is because there's not a giant fucking number of smarks. So, of course, and it's hard to get new people into wrestling and them to become smarks right out the gate. That's just not realistic. Those numbers for both those shows are going to build up over time, over years, not over fucking weeks. That's what Vince needs to learn. And and a fucking other thing, man. A thing I actually learned the other day is apparently the ratings aren't able to count DVR recordings. So for both of those shows, realistically, you could probably add another 200,000 to 300,000 weekly on those shows because it doesn't count VR taping or DVR tapings. So you count those, man. So really, those average 600,000, 700,000 shows are probably more 800, 900,000 shows, realistically, man. But Vince's input isn't going to spark any ratings. Because like I said, these are the smart shows. People who watch NXT and AEW religiously are people who want to have something different than Raw and SmackDown. They want great wrestling. They aren't going to get it from Vince McMahon's input. He's going to make these. If Vince puts his full input in these shows in NXT, it will die. He will die a terrible and sad death. Then AEW will win the quote-unquote war if Vince puts his hand in it. You know how you win the war that doesn't exist? You don't even bring it up. You don't even try to beat AEW. You just do your own fucking... Just do what you've been doing since 2018. You'll be fucking set for life if they just do the kind of shit they were doing in 2018, man. That's literally all you have to fucking do. You don't have to try to be anyone. You don't have to do this. You don't have to bring people down. Like, ratings are going to build over time for NXT and AEW. That's just how it's going to be. No casual will even watch NXT, even if their favorites are on there. It's just not going to happen. Unless you are on Twitter and are in the IWC as a casual, you're not going to care about NXT. You're not even going to fucking hear about it. So stop trying to get casuals into NXT, because even if you try to do that, it's not going to work. You just have to do the opposite. Let it be the smart show. You will get ratings over time. That's it, bro. What do you got to say about this bullshit?
Vince, this guy is so out of touch. He's having the Undisputed Era do therapy. He's having winner-take-alls that, sure, they're going to be great matches, bro, but it doesn't make any sense with the storyline. But they got a Combat Fighter Fest, and this guy's gonna fucking ruin NXT. That's plain and simple. He's gonna fucking ruin NXT. NXT has not been its normal self lately, with them trying to boost Karrion Kross to the top as fast as they possibly can. It's just not an NXT-like thing. They never have done some shit like that. And this guy needs to understand NXT is what keeps a lot of people watching your company. And once you take that away from us and he inserts himself, then it's just a recipe for disaster. It's not going to go good, because then what happens is a lot of people fall out of love with it, and a lot of people will fucking stop watching it, and then you'll really be fucked on Wednesdays, because you done basically made another fucking SmackDown, and you got fucking and you got those guys doing the same fucking dumb shit on Wednesdays. That's not what made NXT work. What made NXT work was Triple H's vision. It really was. And it's ridiculous to me how you constantly fix something, how you constantly try to fix something that is not broken. And this guy's gonna kill NXT. He's gonna fucking kill NXT. This is the worst. This is all of our worst nightmares, realistically. Everybody's worst nightmare was, oh god, could you imagine what would happen if Vince got his fucking hands on NXT? This is what happens. And yeah, it's not gonna end up good, and you are realistically putting gas. No, not gas. You're realistically putting water on a fire that's not even there to begin with. There is no war. It is both of these shows are great. A lot of us know that, and that's it. That's it. There's no war. There's no fucking war. So why are you feeding something that is non-existent? You look like a fucking try-hard idiot. AEW has their fucking shows. What did you expect them to not do any pay-per-views so they don't ruffle your feathers? It's not how it fucking works. These guys are respectful enough to not run WrestleMania weekend, not run SummerSlam weekend, because you have your respective shows on those weekends. They could and take viewers off you, but they don't. But what do you have to go and fucking do? You gotta go and put your dirty fucking fingers all over NXT and make winner take all matches that don't make any sense and all this shit and for Fyter Fest. For what? For what? So fucking what? You know what I mean? Do your own shit. That's what made NXT work, is they did their own shit. They were nothing like the main roster. They were completely different. They were new. They were in. And don't try to come in and corrupt that because you think your brain is smarter than Triple H's when he's done fantastic with this fucking brand. Everybody that has been watching NXT has had nothing but great things to say about it. Meanwhile, on the main roster, you got people that watch it, and 80% of those people are like, what the fuck is this garbage? Meanwhile, in NXT, everybody that's a fan of NXT has nothing but good things to say about how it's run and who it's ran by. There's absolutely no reason on God's green earth to try to fix what's not broken. Like I said, you're fixing what's not fucking broken, and you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. Triple H creates and Vince McMahon kills. Fuck Vince. This guy needs to be out of office. Out. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, guys. And on to... Yikes. How do we tackle this one? So there's a lot of names. I'm pretty sure you guys know. You got... Oh. Did it pop up on your phone about 20 minutes ago? Yeah.
I saw it actually. Probably an hour before the show, actually, now that I remember. It's not good either. Okay,
so... I'm sure you guys probably know what I'm talking about by now. So... Yikes. Okay, so all these guys I'm about to name off, I can't remember who's been accused of what just because there's literally been so much of it. But the following names I'm about to tell you guys have been accused of everything from abuse, molestation, rape, cheating, pretty much all of that. All of these guys have been accused of anything across that board, pretty much. Okay, so the main guy, apparently it's a movement now. People are calling it the Speak Out movement, and it started with David Starr, and David Starr, Ligero, Joe Coffey, Jordan Devlin, Will Ospreay, Bea Priestley, Jim Cornette, Travis Banks, Justin Roberts, my God, Marty Scurll, Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, Jack Gallagher, who has been released now, Matt Riddle, Joey Ryan, Marty Scurll, and Velveteen Dream. are all of the names that have been accused of anything again, from physical abuse, molestation, rape, cheating, um, my being like involved with a minor. Um,
Letting shit happen.
yeah, and the letting shit happen is Joey Janela, Killian Dane. Who are the other ones you said?
Marty.
Marty.
And I think probably one more, but I can't remember who it is.
Yeah. So a lot of this business has been exposed at one time, and it is fucking scary, bro. It really is, honestly, when you think about it, because a lot of these people, a lot of these people we support and we love. Uh, Joe Coffey. I love Joe Coffey. He was great on NXT UK. I thought Will Ospreay. A lot of people love Will Ospreay. Marty. Who doesn't love the villain, bro? Darby Allin. Um, I love Darby. Justin Roberts. Everybody loves Justin Roberts, bro. Jim Cornette. Depends on who you talk to. Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle he is with his attorneys now, as is Jim Cornette, and they are denying all of those claims. As so is Jordan Devlin as well. But
Mm-hmm.
holy fuck, dude, what do you think about this? I know it's a lot to take in, but give me what first comes to your mind, bro. I know it's a lot.
So, this is very sad and heartbreaking because a lot of these genuinely look very true. A very big amount of them look very true, sadly. Well, it is always innocent till proven guilty, but a lot of these aren't looking fucking good, man. So that's just terrible, man. Because fucking kids look up to these people, man, and that's who some of these people are preying on, man. And that's just fucking evil, man. So to me, man, of course it is innocent until proven guilty. But if it is proven guilty, these people should be fired from their respective companies and blacklisted. Because that shit ain't right, man. They are innocent, and they, shouldn't be none of that, and they should have their names cleared up because, of course. But yeah, man, a lot of these people aren't looking good now. Some of these people, like you said, are being accused for letting this happen and booking accused people before when they know that they have been, doing these evil acts, man. So people like Will, I think he is actually one of those people that also no, it's Bea Priestley that is in cahoots with Will apparently with Osprey that is letting people get booked and letting these things happen. And apparently Will is one of those people that is doing bad things to younger indie women. So damn, man. Again, if that's true, man, that's just heartbreaking and fucked, man. But other people, man, Darby, he's apparently in for. They want him. They're accusing him of abusing one of his exes. Which, if that is proven true, that's fucked up, man. That is not right in the slightest. And
Do you
just
think do you think AEW will release a lot of these people? I know Jimmy Havoc has
he's entered
had
their rehab.
he's entered rehab. So I wonder if they gave him the meat.
I
I
think
wonder if they
yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think they're with AEW at least. They're telling either you're gonna admit it and get your shit together, or you're out. Because I don't think Tony Khan is about to risk this shit with his new company. But yeah, man, Darby's in for abusing, which is still not right. But I think it could be something that could be redeemed if he apologizes to the person, if he makes amends. I think that's someone to be redeemed. Other people like and damn, what are the fucking other names? Jimmy Havoc, he was in for abusing too, and he's going to rehab, which good for him. Hopefully he could get his shit together. Other people, Justin Roberts, accused of I think talking to minors, asking minors for nudes, which is fucking disgusting. And if that is true, sadly he would have to be fired, even though he's an amazing talent. Um, Others like Will, and like I said, him. all those other names. What are some fucking other ones? Marty, he is accused of booking accused rapist and whatnot, and he is accused of abusing women with his power in ROH to not book them or get them buried or just shit like that, man. Which is not good, and it's also heartbreaking because he is a genuinely so funny person to watch and so cool person to watch. But that's true, man. That's just heartbreaking, man. So many others, man. Fucking who else? Who's someone I haven't named yet?
Uh, what about Riddle? You talked about Riddle yet?
Riddle, man. Okay. So this Riddle situation is kind of some of these situations are fishier than others. A lot of them I think are very clearly I think real. I think a good fat amount of them are real, especially from the UK crowd. That they aren't looking good, man. It's looking very sadly real, man. But Jordan Devlin's he is defending himself. Some people are seeing his story, well, his side as being a possible side, but still not looking good for him. Um, Jack Gallagher, he's already released his side. Doesn't look good at all, man. Um, Jim Cornette, he got his lawyer. So I think Jim Cornette. Jim he's a dick. He's kind of an idiot too. But I mean, if he did it, fuck him. Of course. But if not, he has a chance to prove himself, man. And as for Riddle, man, Riddles is the one I think that looks clearly fishy, and I think the way it's looking, I think Matt Riddle has a very big chance of him being innocent. That's the way I'm looking at it, man. I mean, and if he's not innocent, if he's guilty of these actions, he should be fired and blacklisted, of course. But if not, then if he is innocent, man, it just goes to show that the indie woman that accused him is a terrible person because you would be taking away the legitness of so many of these other women's stories, man. That is fucked up. That ain't right. You're looking at so many people who are actually dealing with the shit, just making them look bad, and that is fucking terrible, man. But Riddle, to me, is looking pretty innocent, man. Apparently, he says this chick's been stalking him for years, for like 3 years. The story's kind of wonky. Apparently, in May of 2018, he choked her in a car while he was driving and made her, you know, do stuff. Um, which is not right, but it doesn't look legit, man. First of all, he's driving. I don't know how he would do that one-handedly. And it just it just doesn't look right, man. She has other allegations that he did it other times. She also said that they just had consensual sex before. So I mean, she could just have had sex with him, regret it, trying to do this man. But a lot of other women have came out saying that they have sex with Matt Riddle, that he cheated on his wife with her, and apparently I'm hearing that him and his wife, apparently I'm hearing that they have an open relationship, which if you guys don't know what that means, I mean they're married and whatnot, but they'll have sex with other people, which I mean, you know, do as you do, man. I ain't, man. If you want to do it, shit, go ahead, man. I ain't no place to judge, man. Shit. Shit, man. It's, to me, it's a little weird with kids. I don't know if I would do that with kids, but I mean, if the kids are fine, if the kids aren't in this situation at all, man, go ahead, man. Just do what you do, man. But yeah, man. Apparently, a lot of people don't like him because he's cheating on his wife, which I mean, of course, cheating on your wife is never a good thing. But to me, it doesn't look like that because I think he's clearly doing it so much. I think they might have an open relationship, man. And if that's the thing, oh well, that's not it. It's just how they live their lives, man. You can't knock it. I mean, you can not like it, but who gives a fuck? You're not them. If they like it, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, if these people are guilty, then they are guilty. They should be fired, blacklisted, and it's a shame on them. It's heartbreaking. It really is, man. And a lot of these look very bad. And Velveteen too. I saw this earlier. Apparently, another person who used to work with Velveteen when he was Patrick Clark around the Tough Enough days. Went out and said that he talks to minors a lot, and he tries to get with minors a lot, which the way it's looking, man, Dream is not looking good, man.
Yikes.
And that is a fucking tragedy because he is such a young and amazing talent. He has potential to be the next big thing in professional wrestling as a whole. And if he just does this, that's sad. First of all, that's sad and disgusting. But like, dude, you had a career, man. You had potential as one of the guys in this entire business, and you're gonna throw it away for some junior high pussy. That that is not right. That is disgusting, and that's not right, man. Like, come on, man. It's just evil, man. But with Riddle, man, this Riddle situation's looking very, very wonky, very much a lot of holes, and the way it's looking. And another thing, they released Jack Gallagher already because his allegations were apparently very big, but they didn't. But they didn't even edit out Riddle. So I think what happens is Riddle's lawyer, showed Vince and shit evidence of him being innocent, and they didn't cut it out, and they're waiting to release this evidence to public, or they are suing this woman for defamation of character and stalking. So to me, man, Riddle's looking out to be pretty innocent, which thank God, man, thank fucking God. Um, which good for him, but fucked up situation. A lot of people on Twitter hate him now just because he was accused, even though he's looking real innocent. It's Twitter, man. You can't expect nothing less from Twitter, man. But yeah, man. Another thing with NXT UK, most of the NXT UK roster has been accused, and a lot of them are looking pretty guilty. So I think NXT UK will be canceled, to be honest, because no one really cares about NXT UK anyway. Their only big thing is their pay-per-views. When most of their roster will probably get released. So I think NXT UK is gonna die. The show, that whole thing and division is gonna get canceled. All those guys are gonna integrate back into NXT, maybe even to the main roster. They could actually use NXT UK's women's division and make tag teams and shit out of it and better the main roster's women's division. So that can be a positive for this company. But otherwise, we will see Imperium, because basically it's everybody but Imperium, British Strong Style, and Pac that have not been accused, man. That have been actually very supportive of, not the accusers, of the victims. So that's good. Um, yeah, man, this whole situation is just sad, fucked, and at least it did happen, man, because you don't want these people around kids at shows. You don't want them to do it again. So I guess it's a good thing that this movement happened to expose those, but it's a bad thing for people like Matt Riddle, who to me seem very innocent but are being accused in possibly a ruined career, man. So that fucking sucks. But yeah, man, it's fucked, man. It's sad, really. It's sad. It really is, man. So yeah, what do you think about this whole situation?
Mm, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in at once for sure. It's very shocking, as
Hmm.
most of the NXT UK roster, with the exception of a couple of them, man, have been accused of doing something. And yeah, man, if most of these are true, which a lot of them are looking that way, it's one of those things that has to happen. Like I said, you don't want these people in the public eye, being praised when they are evil humans. And yeah, Jordan Devlin, it took him a little bit to get on it, but he's kind of on it now, and they, with his lawyers and stuff, and they haven't released him yet, so I'm sure he is working on it. Osprey, and Bea Priestley, uh, yeah, not looking good for them. Neither is it looking good for guys like Ligero and David Starr, who David Starr kind of came off like he was okay with it. He was saying that he'd be okay with quitting wrestling, and you're just making yourself look like a fucking asshole. Um, and Travis Banks and Joe Coffey, and Wolfgang as well. That's 2 members of Gallus. Not looking good for them either. Justin Roberts as well. Screenshots were showed of him. Jimmy Havoc, like I said, I feel like he was given an ultimatum. Either you go clean your fucking shit up or we can't have you here anymore. Gallagher is released, so that is not at all looking like a good situation for him. Joey Ryan was accused of molestation. If that's fucking true, he's a fucking pig. And it is ridiculous that he was even, I don't even know what I'm getting at, but that's just fucking ridiculous. It's just sick. Darby Allin has been accused of abuse. That again is another thing that's not okay at all. And if he is guilty, I don't know what's gonna happen with him, bro. I love Darby, man, but if that's fucking true, that's not a good situation. And Marty Scurll, that one's sad, bro. That one's really sad. Jesus. Marty, he wasn't accused of anything specifically, right? He was only accused of, like, watching shit happen.
And allowing it and booking like a rapist apparently, and abusing his power against the women's division ROH. So, yep.
Okay, this fucking guy in the comments go fuck himself. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fucking A. Okay. Yeah, Marty, yeah, that, if that's true, that's really scary, considering the fact that now we kind of know why he took that spot in ROH.
Mm-hmm.
Really scary. Jim Cornette, it's a guy, him and his wife were both accused of shit, and they're on it with their lawyers, so yeah, Jim Cornette, Jesus Christ. And Matt Riddle, considering I heard earlier in the day that they cut him out of SmackDown, and the fact that he was on SmackDown, and also Jordan Devlin kind of waited a minute to say something. Matt Riddle almost immediately was like, whoa, and nipped that right in the bud, but, yeah, but Riddle, Jesus, yeah, I mean, if he did do that, they're gonna have, WWE is not a company that publicity, and they will not keep somebody that, so they have zero tolerance for a lot of that shit. Velveteen, as well, yikes, another one comes out, and says that she was, or that he is very involved with minors, and that is ridiculous, and that is also scary, considering the fact that people love Velveteen, people dress up as Velveteen, people fucking buy his shirts, people support him, people love Velveteen Dream, so yeah, it's like he put one fire out and another one comes back, man. So we'll just have to see with Velveteen Dream. But Riddle looks to be one that's not that is very far fetched, considering the person, and it's a joke if that person is lying. The one indie, I think her name is Candy Cartwright or something like that. It's a joke if she's lying, considering this guy just got called up to SmackDown. He has a main roster run in front of him. People love Matt Riddle. I love Matt Riddle. You love Matt Riddle. Nate loves Matt Riddle. Everybody loves Matt Riddle. And to go and try to literally fuck over his career like that is incredibly bogus. But Matt Riddle was very quick on that and was like, no, this is what really happened. And he explained how he had to almost get restraining orders. And yeah, so it's just ridiculous. It really is. But hopefully Matt Riddle is cleared up, which his case is looking to be resolved rather quickly. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens there. But that is everybody, man. And that is very fucked up. Very fucked up.
Fucking disgusting.
So, yeah, man, is there anything else you got to say on that?
Nah, man, hopefully these cases just get solved, fucking man, just so we can know who's an asshole, who's a piece of shit, and who's not, man. That's all I hope.
For sure, man. Yeah, guys, without further ado, that is going to do it for this episode. That was it's an interesting last topic, man, but it's just so much. It's just so much. It's just like it reminds me of the WWE releases. It's like literally one after another, and it's like, wait, what the fuck is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody that's innocent can get cleared up, and hopefully the people that are guilty in these situations never see the light of day again, for sure, in both pro wrestling and life. And I'm not saying they should die, I'm just saying they should be locked up and sent to prison or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of the Notorious Heels podcast. We will be on live with you. The next time we come to you, we will be bringing you the fantasy bookings, and the fantasy bookings we will be bringing to you is a Nakamura main roster run and a Shayna Baszler main roster debut as well. That is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. I don't know what the fuck I just said. That is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. It has been I, Johnny Mayhem.
That's okay.
And we thank you guys for watching if this was your first time. And without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys with the fantasy bookings.
Peace.